In this print-on-demand Shopify tutorial for beginners, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to build a professional print-on-demand Shopify store from start to finish. We're going to be covering every single step from signing up to Shopify to launching your finished store ready to sell your products. That includes connecting your Shopify store to a print-on-demand supplier, customizing your products and adding those products to your store, customizing your store website, and also important things like setting up your policy pages, your payment providers, and your shipping information. We're also going to cover how to easily create print-on-demand designs for your products and how to create mock-up images that you can then use as content on your print-on-demand store. And don't worry, I'm not going to waste your time in this video rambling about things that aren't important and then try to sell you a print-on-demand course for $9.97. This video will simply help you get your store up and running as efficiently as possible while also learning how to use tools like Shopify, Canva, and Printful, which is the print-on-demand partner we're going to be using in this video. So let's get started. So the first step is to set up our new Shopify store. So go to medixmedia.com/ShopifyPod or simply click on the first link down below in the video description and we'll move on from there. So when you click on that link down below in the description, you should get to my special Shopify sign up page where right now there's an offer of a 14-day free trial plus 3 months of the Shopify plan for only $1 per month. Depending on when you watch this, the offer will change, but usually you're going to find a special offer on my page. So make sure to use the first link down below in the description to sign up for Shopify. Once you're here, we're going to simply type in our email address right here and then click on Start Free Trial. Then here I like to skip all the questions because it really doesn't matter. We're going to get the same dashboard anyway. Here we can type in a store name. If you already know the name that your store is going to have, you can type it in here. But as you can see, this is optional, so we can also skip it if you don't know the name of our store yet. We can always come back later and change our store name. So I'm going to click on skip. Then here we have to set the location of where our business is located. So by default, this would be your location. Once this is set, you're going to click on next. Then here I'm going to create my Shopify account using my email address. So I'm going to click here. And then we're going to have to set a password for our Shopify account. Once that's done, we're going to click on create Shopify account. And this will take us into the Shopify dashboard. Now we've successfully created our Shopify store, which is going to be the place where people can find and buy our products. The next step is going to be to connect our new Shopify store to a print-on-demand supplier where we're going to get our products. And then when somebody buys something on our store, our connected supplier will automatically ship out that product to our customer without us needing to do anything manually. All we want to do eventually is focus on our designs and marketing our products, and everything else, the fulfillment part of the orders, is going to be handled automatically by our print-on-demand supplier. In this video, I'm going to use Printful as my print-on-demand supplier because they do have high-quality products. They have a lot of different products to choose from, and they also have warehouses all around the world, so we can offer quick shipping times. Now, you don't need to go with Printful. You can also use other print-on-demand suppliers and connect those to your Shopify store. So now we're going to go back to my computer. We're going to set up our Printful account and connect that account to our new Shopify store. I also have a special referral link and a promo code for Printful, which you're going to find down below in the video description. So to sign up to Printful, just click on the second link down below in the description, which will take you to this page right here. And then once you're here, just click on Let's Go. Then you can sign up using your Facebook account, Google account, or Apple ID. I'm going to simply use my email address. So I'm going to click on Sign Up with your email. Then here you want to fill out all the fields and click on Sign Up. Then here you can choose whatever you want. I'm going to just say start my first online business and then click on finish. Now Printful has sent us an email to confirm our email address that we have just used. So go to your email inbox, click on the button in there, and that will get us full access to our Printful account. So to connect our Shopify store with our Printful account, we're going to go to Stores here on the left side menu. Then we're going to click on Choose Platform. And then here we're going to click on Shopify. Then scroll down and click on Get the App. And that will take us directly to the Shopify App Store, where we can simply click on Add App right here. This will take us into our Shopify account, and then we're going to click on Install App. And now we can see it recognizes that we already have a Printful account. So now we can just click on Continue here, and then click on Connect Store to this account. And that's basically it. Now when we go to our Printful dashboard and click on Stores, we can see that we have now our Shopify store connected with our Printful account. Great, so now our Printful account is connected with our Shopify store, so both of these platforms can communicate with each other. The next step is to add our first product from Printful to our Shopify store. So to add the first product to our store, we simply go back to our Printful dashboard, go to Stores, and then under our store, we can click on Add Product right here. And that will open up the product catalog of Printful. And here, as we can see, there are tons of different products that we can choose, put our designs on and sell on our store. The products that you want to sell on your store really depend on what makes the most sense for your niche. So for example, if you are in the fitness niche, it might make more sense to sell tank tops or water bottles or fitness bags as opposed to selling phone cases, for example. So you really want to get to know the niche that you're in and find out what people are actually interested in. So for example, this gaming mouse pad is probably not something that I would put on my store if I would be in the fitness niche. However, if you are in the gaming niche, then a mouse pad might make a lot of sense. Now, a great place to start is to simply try and sell products that are already selling well here on Printful. So when we go to Collections here on the bottom left and click on Best Sellers, it will show us all the products that are currently selling the best here on Printful. So for example, this t-shirt right here. Now what I also like to look at is to see where the warehouse is located. So if I want to sell products to the market in the United States, I want to make sure the product is also shipping from the United States, as we can see right here. This product has warehouses in the United States and Canada, which means that they have quick shipping times for customers in the US and Canada. If I want to sell this product in Europe, then I would probably go with another t-shirt that is already in a warehouse in Europe because I want to make use of the quicker shipping times. So if you're interested in this product, we can simply click on it, and that will take us to the next step, which is the design step. And here we can also click on the reviews on the left side. So this product has already over 3,000 reviews. So you can see exactly what people are writing about this specific product. You can also check out images of designs that have already been printed on this product and see if this product makes sense for the design that you want to sell on your store. Now, sometimes with products on Printful, there's going to be different areas where you can print your designs on. So for example, for this t-shirt, there's just the front area of the t-shirt. You can also print something to the back area right here, or you can add an outside label here at the back of the shirt, an inside label. You can also print something here on the left sleeve or the right sleeve as well. So depending on the product, there's different areas where you can print on. Here for this t-shirt, there's also different printing techniques. So here there's embroidery, which is basically the design stitched onto the shirt. So when we choose embroidery here, the areas change as well. So we can't print a large design over the whole t-shirt. We can just print it here in this small area. Now embroidery, like I said, is just the design stitched onto the shirt like this, which is usually a bit more expensive, but can also look a lot higher quality. Then we also have the DTG printing. This is just basically coloring the fabric of the t-shirt itself or of whatever you're selling. So here, this is what it looks like then. Then here you also have a lot of different colors for this product. Now it might seem tempting to offer a lot of colors, but oftentimes it just overwhelms the customer. So I wouldn't choose all these colors. So I would maybe go with 3 different colors or maybe 5 different colors at max to start out with. Later on, you can test with more colors as well to see what your customers like the most. and then you're gonna find your best sellers. And then we also have the sizes of this shirt. Now, what you wanna keep in mind is that the larger the size, the more you're gonna have to pay for the product. So if you're gonna sell this shirt for, let's say, $30, just for all the sizes on your store, and somebody buys, let's say, a 5XL size of this shirt, then you're gonna have to pay $21.55 for this shirt. The probability of you being profitable is really low because you're gonna have to pay for advertising costs, processing fees as well. So you just wanna keep that in mind, and you can also uncheck all these very large sizes if you don't wanna pay that much. So as you can see, when we deselect the 3XL to 5XL, then the price can go to $13.55 max. So this is something that you can consider just to make sure that you are profitable with selling this product. Alright, so in the next part, I'm gonna show you how to easily create designs that we can then put on our products that we are selling on our store. In print on demand, the design part is actually quite important because it's what makes your products unique and what sets you apart from other stores, and this is the reason why people are buying your products in the first place. So you definitely want to put some effort into your designs. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be a great designer, because nowadays there are tons of tools that can make it very easy for us to make great designs. However, the idea for the design is really what makes all the difference. People buy because of emotion. So what we want to do is tap into those emotions that already exist within our niche. So for example, take this store, which is focused on the vegan niche. The target customer here are people who are passionate about being vegan, and they want to communicate their passion through the clothes that they wear. And as you can see, those designs aren't complicated to make. You don't have to be a great designer to create these designs. But you do have to understand the culture of veganism so you know exactly what resonates with somebody who is in that niche. So again, the key to success with print on demand is to focus on a passionate niche and make sure you understand the culture of that niche. So keeping that in mind, let's look at how we can get some inspiration for designs in specific niches and then how to create those designs. So a great place to start and get some inspiration for designs is going to be Pinterest.com. So for example, if I were to create a store for the vegan niche, I would simply come to Pinterest and type in vegan t-shirt design and see what comes up. And here, as you can see, there are already tons of different examples of t-shirt designs that are working within this niche. So here, for example, powered by plants, or vegan life is totally awesome. So as you can see, those designs, they don't really take a lot of design skill, as you can see in a moment here when I show you how to create those designs. But they do work very well because people can resonate with whatever is on these t-shirts. Now, you don't need to go with t-shirts. You can use these designs also on other things like mugs, for example, or even shower curtains or pillow covers or stuff like that. You definitely don't want to just copy everything that you find here. But what you can do, for example, is just take the slogan Team Herbivore and then just create a different design with that specific slogan. So you want to take some inspiration, but you don't want to just straight copy these designs because that will just lead to problems later on. Now, for the store that I'm going to create in this video, I've decided to go into the dog niche. So the target customer is going to be people who are interested in dogs, who are very passionate about dogs, and maybe who even own a dog, so dog owners. So to get some design ideas here, I would just type in, for example, dog owner t-shirt design. Owner t-shirt design, and then we can see what comes up. So here we can see a lot of slogans as well, like think positive with POW, or dogs are my favorite people, there's no dog like a rescue dog, and just things that resonate with people who are interested in dogs. So again, I would just take these slogans and then create my own design with a tool that I'm going to show you now. So the tool that I recommend to use for creating your designs if you are not a professional designer is to use canva.com. You probably have heard about this website before. This is like an all-in-one design tool that is browser-based. So I'm going to leave a link to this one down below in the description as well, where you can sign up. This is actually free, so you can use it for free. I would recommend you get the paid version. I think it's like $10 a month or something, because then you can download your designs as a PNG file with a transparent background. So this is something I would definitely invest in. And before we're going to create our first design, we're going to have to check what the dimensions are that we need to have for our designs. So we want to come back to our Printful account, and whatever product you have, there's going to be guidelines. So here on the left side, we want to click on product info, pricing, and guidelines. And then we're going to click on print file templates. And here we can see the dimensions for all the places we can print our design on. So for example, if we want to print our design on the outside label, we would have to use these dimensions right here. So this would be a square. If we want to print on the front or the back side of the t-shirt, then we're going to use these dimensions right here. So let's say we want to print our design to the front of the t-shirt. What we would simply do is just copy these dimensions. Let's start with this one. Go back to Canva. And then when we click on create a design here at the top, we're going to go to custom size. And then we're going to put in the dimensions here. Now you want to make sure that we change the pixels to centimeters, because this is the dimension that is displayed on Printful. I'm going to paste the width in right here. Then I'm going to copy the height as well. I'm going to paste them in right here. And then we just click on create new design. And that will take us inside of the Canva editor, where we can start creating our designs. Now you're going to notice that using Canva is very intuitive, very straightforward, and actually quite easy to do, because they have already tons of different pre-made design templates that you can start from, and then just do some adjustments to make it fit to your idea. So let's say, for example, we want to use some text on our design. We're just going to click on text right here. And then we can see some different font combinations that we can use for our design. So for example, let's take this one right here. Then when we click on it, it will automatically import it into the canvas here. We can just drag it around. We can change the colors here at the top. We can also just double click and just change the text like this. So as you can see, very easy to use. And they also have tons of different elements. So when we go to elements right here, we can just type in anything that we want. So for example, let's type in yoga, for example. And then we have tons of different elements that we can use for yoga as well. So let's say yogi like this. We can change the color here at the top. Let's change this to, let's use this color here. And just like that, we have created a design that we can now maybe put on our products and advertise using Facebook or TikTok. So as you can see, it's very easy and straightforward. So now I want to quickly show you how I would create my first design for the store I'm going to create in this video, which is in the dog niche. So let's go back to Pinterest, where we have some slogans that we can use for our designs. Let's just take, for example, this one, think positive. So I would just use this slogan, go back to Canva, and then just put the text here in the canvas. So I'm going to go to text. I'm going to simply add a heading. I'm not going to use any of these fonts here for now at the bottom. Just going to add a heading, and I'm going to type in think. Then I'm going to duplicate this one by clicking on the duplicate icon, drag this down, and then type in positive. So this is going to be the slogan that I'm going to be using for this design. Then I'm going to make everything uppercase by clicking here, this one as well. And then I want to change the font. I think this looks a bit too boring, so I'm going to click on this text. I'm going to go to the font selection, and I'm going to use this one right here. I found this one before. I think it looks very playful, very cool. Then I'm going to do the same thing here for the positive. And then I also want to add an element. So I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to type in paw, because think positive obviously is a play on the word paw. So I'm going to go to paw, or dog paw even. And then I'm going to see what's available. So here, Canva has a lot of paid elements. So you have to be on a paid plan to use these elements. For example, this one right here where it says Pro. But they also have a lot of free elements. For example, this one here is free that you could use. I'm gonna use a different one. So I found one before that I want to use. Okay, so here I found it. It was this one right here that I want to use for this this design. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the text here round. So I'm gonna go to Effects, and then I'm gonna click on Curve here at the bottom, and then I'm gonna just drag this to make it a bit larger, and I'm gonna change the curve. Maybe let's do 80. That's fine. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Go to Effects, Curve, and then I'm gonna do a negative curve here. Let's do minus 20, or let's do minus 35, something like this. And then obviously I want to make sure this is all the right size. I'm gonna just drag this out a bit, kind of like this. Okay, so now I'm also gonna change some of the colors. So I'm just gonna click on the element. I'm gonna change from this red to something a bit less saturated. Maybe take this one right here. And then we can also change the pause here. Let's make this black like this. And then just to make it very clear, I'm also gonna change the paw, just this part of the word, to the same color as the heart. So I'm just gonna do it like this. And there we go. So this is gonna be my finished design that I'm gonna test on my products. Now, because this text is black, this design wouldn't work on a black or dark blue t-shirt, for example. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this design by clicking on Duplicate Page, and then I'm gonna change the colors to make it also work on dark colored products. So then I would just click on the text and change the color to, let's say, white. Here as well, just this part, change it to white. And then also the pause here, change it to white. And then I just click on the background of the entire design, and I'm gonna click on background color and make this black. So here we have two different versions. We have one for light background color products and also dark background color products. So now I did create a couple of more designs that I'm gonna put on some products and add to my store, just so we have some more stuff to work with here for our example store. Now, once the design is finished, what we want to do is click on Share here at the top right, and then we want to click on Download. Here we want to download it as a PNG file with a transparent background. So we want to tick transparent background here. Now, this is a feature that is only available for the paid version of Canva. This is why I recommend to use the paid version. And also you get a lot more elements that you can use for your designs. So that's definitely money well invested if you're going to do print on demand. Then I'm going to click on Download, and that will just download each file as a PNG file. Now we can go back to Printful and add our design to the product. So we're just gonna drag the file here to this design area, and then it will be uploaded to Printful. And we wanna make sure our design is centered here in the front of this shirt. Sometimes when you have different dimensions, you're gonna need to adjust this a little bit here. But as we have used the dimensions for this specific t-shirt, it's already optimized. Now, what we could also do now is click on placements and add some other designs or maybe a logo on different places of this t-shirt. What we also want to do is make sure we select all the colors here on the left side that we want to add to our store. Like I've already mentioned, I wouldn't add too many colors just so you don't overwhelm your customers. So let's say we're gonna add a black one, a white one, maybe a red one as well. No, I think red doesn't really work because of the color. So maybe a blue one and maybe something like that. Now, as you can see, for the black shirt, we're gonna need to add another design. We're gonna need to add the light one that you can see here. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to add this. We can do that after we have added this product to our store. So for now, we're gonna click on Proceed to Media right here. So now here on this next step, we're going to be able to choose all the images that we want to import to our Shopify store, which will then be displayed on the product page for this t-shirt. So here you can just click through and see what makes sense for the product that you're selling. Let's say I'm going to choose this hanger here. And then you can also click through all the different colors that we have chosen before. Probably the blue one doesn't really make a lot of sense with this design, but I'm going to keep it in anyways. And if you want more images to be added to your store, you can also click on additional, and then for each of the variants, for each of the colors, you can add more images. So for example, if I want to add also some people, so let's say I want to add this guy here, and then I want to also add, let's say, a girl for the white version here. Let's add this one. And then it will just add it here on the left side, and all the images that you add will be imported into your Shopify store. So then later on, we can still edit them, we can delete them, or add even more images manually, but these will just be provided from Printful themselves. So once that's done, we can click on Proceed to Details. Here we can edit some of the information for this product, like for example, the product title. We can change it to something a bit more creative, like positive t-shirt. And we can also add a description. Now there will be a default description for this t-shirt, and we can also change this to something, let's say, quirky or on-trend description. You can get some inspiration here, but what I would recommend to spend some time and find a good description, to make it creative, to write it in your brand voice, to write it in a voice that will represent people within your niche. So again, you have to know your customers, you have to know what they resonate with to create a great description. So tell them why they should buy this product, why this is unique, why this is amazing. And you can also add some humor and stuff. So actually put in some effort, because then people really have the feeling that they're at the right place to buy one of your products. And then we can also add the size guide. The size guide is in imperial or metric system. This depends on where you're selling. So if you're selling in Europe, I would use the metric system. But let's say I'm building a store for the US, so I'm using the imperial system here. You can also use both if you are selling internationally. So I'm just going to stick with imperial for now. And then we can also use some tags. This doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to skip this. And then we have this ticked, publish product, that's fine. And then we can also add this product to a specific collection right here. However, we only have one collection yet, which is made by default from Shopify. I'm not going to add it to any collection, because we're going to look at how to create collections later in Shopify itself and how to add products to each of those collections. So once that's done, we're going to click on Proceed to Pricing. So here we can set the price that we want to sell this product for. As you've seen before, Printful charges different prices for different t-shirt sizes. So I actually forgot to deselect all these larger sizes here, because they are very expensive and it's going to be hard to be profitable with them. And what I like to do is set a single price for all the different variants and all the different sizes, because it just makes marketing a lot easier. So the goal eventually would be to sell this t-shirt maybe for $39 or even $49. But we're going to have to test if that will work. So what we can do for now is start out with a price of $29 for one t-shirt, just to see if people are willing to buy specific designs on our products. And then once we find a product that people are buying, we can slowly increase the price to, let's say, $39 and then maybe even $49, and see if people are still willing to pay that amount for our designs. But for now, I'm going to set this to $29. So then once the price is set, we can click on Submit to Store here. And now this product will be pushed to our Shopify store. So now whenever we want to get an overview of all of our products or even adjust those products, we can simply go to Stores here on the left side, and then choose our store. And then here we're going to see all of the products that are in our store that are connected. Currently, we only have this product that we have just added. And now I also want to show you how to add an additional design for the dark t-shirt versions. Because when we click on Edit here, we can see that, for example, for the black version here, we would have to use our other design that we have created for dark t-shirts. So all we have to do here is just select all the variants that we want to change the design on. And then when all of them are selected, I'm going to click on Change Print File here. And then I'm going to delete this current print file here and just drag in the other print file, which is made for the dark t-shirt versions. Okay, so this already looks a lot better. So now we can just click on proceed to mockups. And then we can change the media here as well if we want to. I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm going to click on submit. And here, as we can see, the print file has now changed on the dark colored shirts. And now that this product is imported to our Shopify store, we can go back to the Shopify dashboard. And now here on the left side menu, when we click on products, we can see that we have one new product inside of our Shopify store. Now all the information is already imported from Printful. So we have the name of the product, we have the inventory, and we can also click on the product and then we can see all the other information like our description, the size charts, all the images that we have imported, the options, the different variants, and then here at the bottom we can also see the URL of the product page of this t-shirt. So now I did go ahead and add some more products here to my store just so we have some more products to work with and we can see how the store would look like eventually. So I have added some hats here, I have added some hoodies and a couple of more t-shirts. So this is going to be kind of an apparel store for dog lovers. And then there's one more thing we have to set up within our Printful account. So when we click on My Printful here at the top left, we can see step 4 here, which says set up billing. So now we have to click on set up billing, enter our credit card information so they can actually start and process our orders once we get our first sales in our Shopify store. I'm not going to walk you through how to set up billing because it's very straightforward. Just follow the process after you click on this button. And then what you can also do is order samples. So if you want to, you can test out the products yourself before actually selling them on your store. If you want to check the quality or if you want to check how the design looks on your product, you can actually go ahead and order samples. So when we click on order samples here and then click here, we can choose our store. So this would be the Shopify store. Then we would click on create your order. And then we can see all the products that we have already added to our Shopify store. So let's say you want to order this hat right here. We just click on it, click on choose. And then we have to continue to shipping here at the bottom, type in our shipping address, and then this product will be shipped to your home so you can check it out. Great, so now we know how to create designs, how to put those designs on your products, and then how to put those products on your store. In the next part, I'm gonna show you how to build out your store and make everything look awesome. So now we are back inside of our Shopify dashboard where we're going to start and build out the store. So the first thing we're going to do is choose a theme for the store. This is going to be the basic structure and the basic design that we're going to use for our store, which will make things very easy. So let's click on online store here on the left side and then go to themes. And then we can see the pre-installed theme with Shopify is the Dawn theme, as you can see here. This is a good basic theme that you can also use for your store, but there are also other themes that you can go with. So when we scroll down, we can see that there's a theme library. So we have some free themes, and then we also have the Shopify theme store where you can go ahead and purchase specific themes. So here you can see they have a lot of different themes for around $300. So it's quite expensive, especially when you have a limited budget and you're just starting out. I would just simply go with a free theme. And that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. So we're going to go to the theme library, go to explore free themes here. And then we can see we have 9 different free themes. Now you can take some time for yourself and check each of these themes out for yourself to see exactly which one would fit your store the best. And in this video, I'm going to go with the Studio theme. So I'm going to click on it and then click on Add to Theme Library. Then once the theme has been installed to our Shopify store, we're going to have to activate it as well. So we're going to go to Actions and then click on Publish. Then again, confirm here. And now when we scroll up, we can see that the default theme has changed to the new one we have just installed, which is the Studio theme. So now we can click on Customize here. And that will take us inside of the Shopify editor where we can customize everything about our store. So here in the center, we can basically see a preview of what our website currently looks like. Right now we are on the home page, as we can see here at the top. We can also switch to a product page if you want to look at how our product page currently looks like, just like this. And then we can also switch from different devices. So right now we are on the desktop version. We can also switch right here at the top to the mobile version and see exactly how our store page looks like on a mobile phone, which is very important because most people nowadays are actually shopping on their mobile phone as opposed to their computer. So we can now switch back to the home page right here. And then let's go back to the desktop view. And then here on the left side, you can see an overview of all the sections that are currently on that specific page. It always starts with the header here at the top, which includes the logo that we're going to add later on and also the menu. And then all the way on the bottom, we have the footer. And then in the middle, between the header and the footer, we have the different content sections. So every theme on Shopify comes with a pre-made set of sections that you can then customize. So here it starts with the rich text section right here, then it goes to the slideshow, then we have another rich text section, then we have a featured collection, which you can see already has a couple of our products on it. And then whenever you want to customize any of these sections, all you have to do is either click here on the left side or click directly onto the screen. And then on the right side, or depending on your screen size, it also opens up here on the left, you can make all the changes. So what I would recommend whenever building your site is just click on every single section and then just go from top to bottom through each of the menu items and see what you can do. So here, for example, we can change the location of this text to the left side, or we can put it back to the center. When we click on the text, we can also just change the text right here on the right side. So as you can see, it's very easy to do. Now, whenever you want to switch sections around, you can do that here on the left side. So let's say you want to have this rich text section below this slideshow section here. All we got to do is grab this section and then drag it down below the slideshow section. And then here in the middle, as you can see a macro overview of the page. And just like that, when we let it go, we can see it now switched. So we have the rich text section below the slideshow. So let's just put it back like this. And then usually you're not going to use every single section that comes with the pre-made set of sections with your theme. So what you can do is just delete the sections that you don't want. So let's say we don't want this rich text section below the slideshow. All we got to do is click on it, and then on the bottom right we can see the remove section button. So we just click on remove section and then it is gone. Whenever you want to add sections that aren't already on your page, all you got to do is scroll down here on the left side and then click on add section right here. And then you can see the entire library of sections you can use. Here I would recommend to just click on a couple of them to see what they have available. So let's say we want to add a feature product. We would just type in featured. Then we can see we have a featured collection section or a featured product section. Let's click on feature product right here. And then it will just add the feature product section. We can also, let's say we reposition this here to the top below, let's say the feature collection. And then we can make adjustment to the section by just clicking on it. And then here on the right side, we can click on select product and then just select any product that we want to feature here on our homepage, just like this. So now to create a very nice store with a lot of content, some images, some videos that are featuring your products, we obviously have to create some content. Now, obviously the best way would be to order all the products and then do a photo shoot with professional models and stuff like that to have a really awesome site. But nowadays there's also other tools that you can use that are a lot cheaper or even free that you can use to create customized content that you can then put on your site. So one of these websites is placeit.net. This site enables you to put your designs on pre-made images so that you can then display your designs on professional photos. So let me show you how this works. So for example, let's say we are looking for a picture with a person wearing one of our t-shirts with our designs that is also kind of related to the dog niche. So what I would type in here is t-shirt mock-up, and then let's just also type in dog to see what comes up. And here, as we can see, we have tons of images with people wearing a t-shirt and where there's also a dog in the image. for example, this one right here. And as you can see, we can actually change the design of this t-shirt. So let's just click on it here. And then what we can do is just change the color of the t-shirt to whatever we want it to be. So let's maybe choose this one. And then we can click on insert image. Let's go and upload from your device. And then let's go to my designs that I've prepared for this store. Let's just choose this one right here. Click on open. And then we can crop it a little bit to make it centered and the right size. Click on crop. And then it'll automatically put that design on that t-shirt. So as you can see, this is very easy to do, and that gives you a lot of content that you can then put on your page, on your store. So once we've done that, all we got to do is click on download, and then it will process this new mockup. And once it's done, we can download it to our computer and use it on our store. And what I like to do here on placeit.net is when I create a new picture with the design, I like to scroll down here. Then you can see more templates with the same model. So this way you can have kind of a congruency on your page to have the same people on your store, which makes everything look a lot more branded, look a lot more professional. So sometimes you have to kind of browse placeit.net for some time to find the right images that will fit to your store, to your niche. But once you find it, you just scroll down here and then you can see all the images that are related to the same kind of style. And then what you want to do is maybe we would also use this image here, which we can then use kind of as a banner picture. And then I would just try to find more images with all of these people who are also wearing like caps, who are wearing hoodies. So I have a congruency on my store. Now, another cool thing you can do here on Placeit is to create mockup videos as well. So we could type in, let's say, hoodie mockup video, and then we can see that we have also videos that we can just place our design on. And to be honest, this looks really realistic. So nobody would be able to tell that this was actually just a mock-up and not a professional photo shoot with your original designs. Now, to be able to use this tool properly and download your mockups, you do need to be on a paid plan. But what I would just recommend is to just do a monthly plan for like, I don't know, it's maybe $15, and then create all of your content, put it on your site, and then you can cancel your plan, and you just basically paid $15 for a lot of different content that you can then use on your store. So I think this website placeit.net is really amazing, and they have tons of different mock-up templates that you can choose from. So just take some time, browse all their media, and find the perfect mock-ups for your store. So then once we have a couple of good images that we can put on our homepage here, we can start to customize our site. So let's start with this top rich text section. Again, you don't need to use it. You can just click on the trash icon and then it will be gone from your page. But let's say we want to use this and just put a slogan here at the top of our page. So this would be saying apparel for true dog lovers. And then I would just move on to the next section, the slideshow section. I think that makes sense so that people can get a vibe of what your products look like in the real world. So we just click on the slideshow, click on the first slide here on the left side, and then go to change, select image, and then we click on upload an image. And then I just go to my pre-made mockups here. Then I see what I've created. So I've created a couple of images with my designs and also with people on it with dogs. So let's maybe just take this one here, and then let's click on select and save here at the top. And now we have the first slideshow image here at the top of our homepage. We can now do the same thing for the other two slides. We can even add more slides or delete slides if you want to. So as you can see, it's very easy to customize. Now, one thing that I recommend is to actually go and look at other successful online stores in your niche and try to kind of create something similar. Get some inspiration from other pages. And 99% of what they have, you can also recreate here on Shopify just by choosing the right section and then by customizing it with your content. Now, one thing I definitely want to add to my homepage here are the different collections for what I'm selling on the store. So right now I'm selling apparel. So this would be, we have one collection for t-shirts, for hoodies, for hats, and so on. So what I would have to do is look for that specific section. On the right side, we have already a collection list. Now, let's say that wouldn't be here. All we had to do is click on add section here and then type in collection. And then we would add a collection list here. We just drag this here to the top below the slideshow. And then we have to add some collections. Now, we don't already have any collections set up on our store. So this is what we're going to do now. So to set up our collections, we're going to first save our changes here at the top. Always make sure you save so you don't have to redo stuff. And then we're going to go back here, click on exit, and that will take us back to the Shopify dashboard. Then we're going to go to products here on the left side and now click on collections. Because right now we only have a couple of products on our store, but they are not really sorted into collections. So here under collections, we already have a default collection, which is the homepage. I'm going to actually delete this one. Just select it, more actions, delete collection, confirm. And then I'm going to add some more. So I'm going to click on create collection here. Then we have to give the collection a title. So let's start with t-shirts. T-shirts. Then you can also give it a description, not really necessary right now. And then we have the collection type. I'm deciding to add each product manually. So I'm going to choose manual here. And then we also have to add a cover image. Now you can also create a mock-up for your t-shirt collection, just some people wearing your t-shirt designs, which will then be displayed on the featured collections on your homepage. And what I've done is I've simply screenshotted one of my products here that I've added, and I've created this folder for it. So I'm going to choose this image right here, which will then be displayed for this specific collection. Then I'm going to click on save, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other two collections, which are hats and hoodies. So now I've created 3 collections for every type of product on the store. The next thing I need to do is tell Shopify what product belongs to what of these collections. So we're going to go back to products here, and then we're going to select all the hats and then tell Shopify that these belong into the hat collection. So just to make this a bit quicker, I'm just going to type in hat here in the search bar. Then I'm going to just select all the hats that I have. Then I go to more actions, add to collections here, and then I choose the hats collection, click on save. And I'm going to do the same thing for the hoodies and also for the t-shirts. Great, so now Shopify knows what product is in what collection. So we can now go back to online store and then go back to the editor by clicking on customize here. And that will take us back to our editor. Now, when we go to our collection list here that we have just added before, we can now tell Shopify what collection list we want to put on our homepage. Let's go to the first one here, collection number 1, click on select collection here. Then let's choose t-shirts first, select. Then for the second one, we're going to choose hoodies, select. And then for the third one, we're going to choose the hats. Save. Cool, so now our homepage starts off with a basically title for this page. Then we have some images here, and then we have the collection. So t-shirts, hoodies, hats. Now to make things a bit simpler here, I'm just going to delete a couple of these sections that come pre-made with this template. So I'm just going to delete the feature product section, the image with text section. Okay, so now I think you have enough information and enough tools to build your own store design. You can just recreate any store that you find online using these tools that I've just showed you. Click on add section and then customize each of the sections that you want to have on your store. Now I want to go over a couple of more things that aren't quite as intuitive here on Shopify, just so you know how to set up every single part of your site. And let's start out with how to adjust the menu here at the top. Because currently we just have home, catalog, and contact. So to adjust the menu, we're going to have to go back to the Shopify dashboard right here. And then we're going to go to navigation here on the left side under online store. And then we can see we have the footer menu here and the main menu. The menu that is on the top is the main menu. So we're going to click on main menu here. And here is where you can adjust your main menu. You can add items, you can delete items, and you can also just reposition where the links will be. So I'm going to delete the catalog here. Click on delete. And I'm just going to click on add menu item. I'm also going to add just my collection. So I'm going to go to link, go to collections, and then I'm going to go to t-shirts, add, do the same thing, click on collections, hoodies, add, and so on. You can also add other links like a search bar. You can add specific products. If you have a bestseller, you can add pages, you can add blog posts even. And that way you can just change your top menu. So once you're done here, I'm going to click on save menu. And now when we go back to online store and customize, we can now see that the top menu has changed accordingly. And now what we also need to do is add some legal pages to the footer of our site here, which would be the terms of service, the shipping policy, the return policy, and so on. So first of all, I'm going to delete all that here and just click on the trash bin like this. So now we have to create those legal pages. So again, we go back to the Shopify dashboard by clicking on exit. Then we're going to go to settings here on the bottom left and then scroll all the way down and click on policies right here. Now with Shopify, it's quite easy to create those pages. We can just click on create from template. Then you can see a template that you can use to create your refund policy with. Now I do have to look at some of these brackets here and change that information to what is applicable to you. But this will be a good starting point for your refund policy. I do recommend to read through it to make sure it's actually it's valid for your store as well. But that way you can just create these pages really quick. Then private policy, we do the same thing, create from template. And terms of service, we do the same thing. Again, read through it, change all the placeholders here in the text, and delete anything that doesn't apply to your store. And then we also have shipping policy. So here there's no template because that's different for every single store. To know what the shipping times are for your print-on-demand supplier, you basically have to ask them or go to their website and see what the shipping times are for your target location. For Printful, we can see it under printful.com/shipping. So we can see for Canada, it's 2 to 6 business days, Mexico 6 to 12, United States 2 to 5 business days. So as I would be selling in the United States, I would just use 2 to 5 business days. So I'm going to go back here and just paste in shipping takes 2 to 5 business days. Then we also have contact information, which is required if you're selling in the EU. However, I'm selling in the US for this store, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then click on save. And now we can close the settings. And now we want to go back to navigation here under online store and put these pages into the footer menu. So then we click on footer menu and we click on add menu item here, go to link, go to policies, and then add each of the policies that we have just created here. Let's start with the private policy, then add the refund policy, and so on. Then I'm also going to delete the search link here in the footer and click on save menu. And now we can go back to online store, customize. And now when we scroll down, we can see the policy pages here at the bottom in the footer. So now we've spent some time customizing our homepage, but what's actually even more important, especially if you get sales by running ads, is your product page. So we can switch from our homepage to products, default product, and that will take us to our product page. So this is the page that we will be sending people to with our ads. So most people will never even visit your homepage. They will just buy directly here from the product page. So here we can see the images of the product. We can see the different variants as well. and then here is going to be the description. And what I like to do is actually look at the product page from a mobile view, because that's how people will find your page, because most people will just be browsing Facebook using their mobile phone. Therefore, they will also be shopping on our page using a mobile phone. So here, what I would definitely add is the recommendations here at the bottom, which is already pre-made. We can delete all the other sections here. And you can add some stuff like 30-day money-back guarantee and just some things that entice people or that make people more likely to buy from your store. But what's very important is actually the description here, because that's the first thing that people see when they scroll down. Again, you can just add some good copy, good sales copy for your product, kind of relate to the customer, add things like buy 2, get like 20% off, and just things like that. Now, another thing that's missing from our store is a good logo. Now, before you can create our logo, we're gonna have to decide on a store name. So a website that you can use to get some inspiration for brand names is gonna be namelix.com. Here, this is just a business name generator. So for example, we can just type in keywords related to our business like dog, apparel, click on generate, and then we get some ideas about what our brand name could be. Shopify also has its own brand name generator that you can check out. Usually I find that this is mainly good for inspiration because a lot of these names are already taken. But then once you have found a name that you think might work well for your store, you're gonna go to a site called namechecker.com. I'm gonna leave all the links to these sites down below in the description. And then you can just type in your idea to see if the .com domain is even available, because you wanna get the .com domain to just make everything look very professional, official, and legit. So one name that I found that I could use for this store is Perfect Paw Apparel. And when you click enter, you can see if the .com domain is available, if the Facebook name is available, and so on. So I would definitely just check if the .com is available. And once it is, you can just go with that name. Then, once you have your name, we can go back to Canva to design our logo. So the easiest way would be to just click on Create Design here, and then go to Logo here, because they already have a lot of pre-made logos that we can just use as a starting point. And here, as you can see, I've already recently used a couple of them. So let's say you are in the vegan niche. So we would just type in vegan, and then we can see what kind of logos come up. So what we can do now is click on, let's say, this one here, and then we can just change everything. We could change this one to, let's say, vegan pro or something like that. Then we can just change that to apparel. Just like that. And now we have a customized, unique logo for our store. Now for me, this would be in the dog niche. So I would just type in paw, and then I just check out a couple of these logos here. Let's take, for example, this one here. Click here. And then I would just change this to Perfect Paw. And then I would use the apparel here at the bottom. Make this a bit larger like this. Then maybe you can also change the colors here. So that's the logo that I've created quickly. And I also created a version for a dark background in case I ever need this version as well. Again, we're going to go to share, then download, transparent background, check, click on download. Once that's done, we can just simply go back to our Shopify store, then click on the header here. And now we want to go and change the default logo. Click on select image, click on upload. And now I'm going to go to where I've saved the logo right here, and then click on open. And now the logo will be changed to mine. Click on select. Then we can also change the size here. We can make it smaller, we can make it bigger, whatever looks best. And once it looks good, we can click on save. And now while we're at it, we can also change our favicon. So whenever somebody visits your store, let's go to the three dots, go to view, then you would see the logo here at the top. Now currently we don't have a logo yet. So we're gonna add our logo here to the top of our browser. So let's go back to Canva, and we're gonna just duplicate our design that you've just made for the logo. Click on make copy. Then again, we click on it to make some adjustments. And now I just want to have this logo here as a design. So I'm going to delete the text here, make this larger like this. And then I also want to change the dimensions to a square. So I'm going to go to resize and make this 500 by 500 pixels. Click on copy and resize. And now I should be able to download it just like this. And I'm gonna also create, no, I think that's fine. So I'm gonna just click on share again, download, transparent background, download. And now on our Shopify store, we're gonna go to theme settings here on the top left, scroll down, go to favicon, click on select image. And now we can simply upload the logo that we have just created. Click on select, then save the changes. And now when we preview the page again, go to view, then we should be able to see our logo here at the top. Like this, as you can see, this looks very professional. So a very quick and easy thing to do, which makes everything look a lot more professional. Another thing we want to look at is the colors of our store, so the color theme. So you can also do this under theme settings here, but then on the top here, you can see colors. And here you can see all the default colors on your store. Currently, for example, we have this kind of white and blue grayish color theme. So if you would want to change that, all we got to do is just click on the different colors and then change it to whatever you want it to be. So let's maybe change it to an orange. And then we can see what changes. And now the buy button changed to orange. So you can take some time here to make sure you have the correct branded colors that you decide to go for with your store. Now, if you want to add some additional pages like an About Us page, Our Mission page and stuff like that, you can also do that in the dashboard. So let's go back to the dashboard and then go to Online Store, and then we have pages right here. By default, there's the contact page. So if you want to adjust that, you could just click on contact. Then you can add some text here, like that you will get back to them within 48 hours and so on. Or you can also add other pages. So when you click on add page, we could just, let's say, add in Our Mission page, then add all the content here, text, images, and so on. Click on save. And then we can also add this page to our navigation. So again, we would have to go to navigation, go to, let's say we put this in the main menu, and then click on add menu, pages, and Our Mission, add. Then once we save, this new page will be visible in our top menu. So now we're done with the front end setup of our store, meaning all the pages on our e-commerce website. What we also need to do is look at some of the settings for the back end setup of our store, meaning the shipping rates, the payment providers, and so on. To make sure we can do all the back-end setup of our store and then eventually publish our store, we're gonna have to pick a plan. So we're gonna click on pick a plan right here in the Shopify dashboard. And then here we're gonna go with the basic Shopify plan, which has all the features that we need. Normally this would cost $29 per month. Right now they do have a promotion where you can get it for $1 per month for the first 3 months. Check out the link down below in the description to see if that offer is still available or if they do have a different offer. So then we're gonna click on choose this plan. Then here we have to decide on the billing cycle. I'm just gonna stick with the monthly payment option. Click on choose billing cycle. Then here we have to enter our business address, or if you don't already have a business, just type in all of your personal information. And then here at the bottom, we have to set up our payment information, so add a credit card or connect your account to PayPal. And once we have all this set up, we're gonna click on Start Plan, and that will put us on the basic Shopify plan. Now you are still on the free trial, even though we have chosen a plan right now. But if we don't cancel our plan now before the trial runs out, then we will get charged for the first month of using Shopify. Now let's continue with the back-end store setup. So we're gonna go to settings on the bottom left. And then we're just gonna go through all the important tabs here on the left side. We're gonna start with store details. So here, basic information, we're gonna click on edit and just fill out all the fields. So under store name, this would be Perfect Paw Apparel. And I'm also gonna use the same name for the legal name of the company. Store industry is going to be clothing. Then here under address, this is the address that people are going to see on the bill when they order from your store. Now, if you don't already have a business address that you can put here, I understand that you don't want to put your personal home address. So honestly, it's up to you. But what I've done in the past is just use any random address in the country that I was selling, and it actually worked. So that's a possibility. The cleaner way would obviously be to have a PO box address or to have a business address that you can put here, but I'm going to leave this decision up to you. Then you have contact information here. Make sure the email is correct so that you get all the messages. Then store currency, you want to make sure that this is the currency of your customers. So if you're going to do ads in the United States, you want to make sure that the currency of your store is also United States dollars. And then you also want to make sure that the units are correct right here. Once you have checked that, click on save. And then we're going to move on to payments. So we're going to have to set up our payments so that we can actually get paid out to our bank account once somebody orders something on our store. So what I'm going to do here is set up Shopify payments. That's the easiest way to get paid basically through Shopify. So I'm going to click on activate Shopify payments. And then what we want to do here is enter all of our real information so that the money that our store makes will actually end up in our bank account. Once that's done, we're going to click on complete account setup. Then here we also have to set up two-factor authentication. So let's click on setup two-step. And once that's finished, we have now set up Shopify payments so people can actually check out on our store using a credit card, using Apple Pay, Google Pay, Shop Pay, and all the other kinds of payment methods. Now, by default, PayPal is also set up already on our store. Now, if for some reason you don't want to use PayPal on your store, you're going to have to manually deactivate PayPal. So we're going to have to click on Manage and then go to deactivate PayPal Express Checkout. So that's it for setting up the payments. Let's move on to shipping and delivery. Now, because we have integrated our Shopify store with Printful and we're selling their products, our shipping rates are already set up right here under App Shipping Profiles. So here, when we click on Show, we can see different rates for different shipping zones and also for different products. So let's, for example, click on this one here, click on Manage, and then we can see what products fall under this shipping category. And then when we scroll down, we can see the different rates for different regions of the world. So for example, for t-shirts, it's going to cost people in the United States $3.99. Now we could go in here and make some manual changes by going to the three dots and click on edit rate. And then we can change the price here if you want to charge a different price. Now, if you change the rate here, this is not going to change the price that you have to pay to Printful when somebody orders, but that's going to change the price that the customer has to pay to you, to your store. However, I wouldn't recommend to change anything here for now. I would just leave everything as it is. Now, if you're interested in how much shipping costs with Printful, you can just go to printful.com/shipping, and then you can choose any product here that you're interested in how much it costs to ship them. So let's say, for example, gaming mouse pad, and then you can see what the rates are here. So the gaming mouse pad for the United States would cost $3.50 to ship. Now let's move on to taxes and duties. Now this topic can be kind of complicated because it varies from country to country. What you want to do is become familiar with the tax laws within the country that your business is located and also within the country that you're selling in. Shopify does have some information, so when you type in, let's say United Kingdom here, then you can click on this link to get some information about what the tax laws are in that specific country. And if you're required to collect tax from your customers, then you can set it up here under the taxes and duties menu. I'm not going to go further in detail here because, like I said, it really varies on the country that you are selling in. Then let's move on to domains. So currently we don't really have a domain for our store. The domain that people will see our store under is going to be this domain right here, which obviously looks very ugly. So what we want to do is we want to add a custom domain. So if you already have a domain that you have already purchased, you can click on connect existing domain. However, probably most of you don't really have a domain yet. So we want to click on buy new domain. And we already checked if our brand name is available for the .com domain. So now we should be able to buy it here. So I've decided to go with the name Perfect Paw Apparel. And let's see, we can see the .com name is available for $15 per year. So now we would just have to click on buy right here. And if I actually wanted to buy this domain now, I would just click on buy domain here, and then it would automatically connect my store to this new domain, perfectpawapparel.com. Now we're done building out our store. The next step is to make our store available to the public by removing the password. So right now our store is password protected, so only we can access our store. But in order for people to go to our store and buy our products, we need to make it available to the public. So that's what we're going to do next. Now to make our store public, we're going to go to Online Store on the left side and then click on Preferences. Now here we want to also type in our homepage title, which will be the title that is visible on Google when somebody is looking for our store. So this would just be the brand name. Then we also want to add a short description here. And then we want to scroll down to where it says password protection. Right now, our store is password protected, so we can only access it with this password that we can see here. So what we want to do is deactivate that password by unchecking this box. And then we just want to click on save, and now our store is visible to the public. So now before we actually send people to our store, I would highly recommend to test all the pages on your store. So we want to go to Online Store, go to the eye icon, and we just want to go through all the pages. We want to click on the products. We want to go through the entire checkout process and see if everything works correctly, if the shipping information is displayed correctly, and so we don't have any problems, because when we are starting to pay money for ads, we don't want to mess up because something on our store doesn't work, because then we're spending money and we want to get sales, obviously. So also go to your phone, type in your domain that we have just bought before, and just browse through your site and make sure everything works before you go to the next step, which is going to be how to promote this store.